Tonight at 5, the new guy.
You need a good quarterback to win.
The Broncos didn't wait until draft day to grab a new quarterback. Is new GM George Paton done dealing?
We're going to be patient, not force it, but we do realize we want competition.
Plus, President Biden's first speech to a joint session of Congress could include a $2 trillion plan to help our children. We'll look at what he's accomplished in his first 100 days.
And why the city of Denver's looking for $500 million on top of any pandemic money from the government.
You know, we figured the Broncos wanted to add a quarterback. We just thought it might happen on draft day.
Broncos country got quite a surprise at noon today when we all learned journeyman quarterback Teddy Bridgewater will be joining the team. But even the most diehard fan would probably tell you the team needs to make another move.
Denver7 sports director Lionel Bienvenu joins us tonight. 26 hours from draft day, by the way, Lionel. So walk us through what Mr. Elway and Mr. Paton are thinking here.
Well, I got to believe, guys, that they are thinking insurance. They are not 100% sold on Drew Lock, and they're not guaranteed the quarterback they want in the draft will be there at number 9. So today, they pulled the trigger on this deal, just so they have something to fall back on if Drew Lock doesn't produce and they don't get that QB tomorrow. The timing is a bit of a surprise, though. Not that they made this deal. George Paton has said he would bring in competition for Lock, and he did just that. Bridgewater was drafted by the Vikings and George Paton in the first round back in 2014. He started 15 games for the Panthers last season. He also filled in for Drew Brees with the Saints. Veteran experience, but not the franchise quarterback the Broncos are looking for. Here's the statement from George Paton today. Acquiring Teddy Bridgewater adds competition, experience, and a strong veteran presence to our quarterback room. He's a talented player and a leader who's had success in this league in a number of different situations. And being familiar with Teddy from Minnesota, he's going to compete and do everything he can to help us win. So what does this mean for Drew Lock and the draft and Justin Fields? The man with the plan is our Broncos insider, Troy Rank.
Drew Lock's grip on the starting job just loosened. As promised, Broncos GM George Paton added competition to the quarterback room. He lands Teddy Bridgewater. They'll pay him backup money, about $3 million. He will compete for the starting job. Drew Lock could beat him out. The pair put up similar numbers last year, but Drew only has a chance if he learns to take chances and take better care of the ball. Now, this does not take the Broncos out of the QB mix in the first round of the draft. If Justin Fields is there, or Trey Lance, maybe even Mac Jones, they could take one, especially if Justin Fields is still on the board at 9.
All righty, we'll go in depth on this trade. The Broncos pick at 9. And we've got some great draft memories and a 360 on who the Broncos should pick tomorrow. That is on our Denver7 NFL Draft Special presented by PointsBet. That's coming up tonight at 6:30, right after Denver7 News at 6.
All right, Lionel, thank you very much. We have some breaking news this evening. Many of Colorado's colleges make their vaccination policies clear ahead of the fall semester. Students at CU, CSU, Metro State, University of Northern Colorado, and Fort Lewis College all will have to get vaccinated before the fall semester. Some exemptions will be allowed. We also learned today that the Colorado Community College system will not require vaccines for the fall semester.
The Ball Arena mass vaccination site had thousands of open appointments available for walk-ups today. All of the state's mass vaccination sites are open right now to walk-ins. And the data continues to show a slowdown in the vaccination effort. 46,000 people got a shot yesterday, and that number is down from last week. 31% of the state is now fully vaccinated. For the first time since January, there are more than 700 people in the hospital for COVID tonight. 1,100 new cases of the virus were reported just today.
As cities across Colorado work to rebound, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock unveiled his plan today. The city now plans to ask voters for $400 million in new spending. The mayor says the plan will improve infrastructure and get people back to work.
Denver7's Liz Gilardi provides a closer look at the city's plans and why some people are already skeptical.
Images of a desolate downtown Denver take us back to the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. Colorado went from having one of the lowest unemployment rates in the nation to peaking at more than 13% in Denver.
We need to seize this opportunity to kickstart our recovery and sustain it.
Mayor Michael Hancock wants to accelerate the city's recovery, proposing a $400 million bond measure that he hopes to see on the November ballot.
It's time to go big.
The money will be used to invest in infrastructure projects, and the mayor promised those projects will create thousands of good-paying jobs. The city has a list of possible projects, but officials will turn to the public for input.
The metro area is the 5th highest impacted metro area in the country on construction jobs. Now is the time to lean in. Now is the time to repeat the lessons that we learned and worked so well in the past.
The Downtown Denver Partnership says that kind of investment could also encourage the private sector and attract new business.
These infrastructure projects, we know, create massive economic impact by creating jobs, and the jobs are residual. So it isn't only the person who might be working directly on the project, but also the companies that help support those projects, ultimately creating a huge number of jobs that help to drive economic recovery.
We talked with an economist who says construction spending generates jobs, and it's a good idea, but he has one concern.
By going maybe too big, he risks possibly a rejection of at the ballot box, because in the past, as I mentioned, although infrastructure is usually important, Colorado has not been keen on higher taxes in the future.
Unveiling a plan for recovery, but it will be up to the voters to decide. Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.
Mayor Hancock said his recovery plan will focus on 3 things: the economy, public safety, and the homeless. We pressed for specifics. We weren't provided any, only saying that the city is looking for public input on this process.
The mayor did say his plan could unlock nearly $250 million in federal money, which is only available as a matching fund when cities have already committed to spend.
And tonight, in his first speech to a joint session of Congress, we know the president plans to ask for even more money to fund the American Families Plan. This nearly $2 trillion plan includes universal pre-K, federal paid leave, free community college for all, and expanded efforts to make childcare more affordable.
And this would be on top of the president's infrastructure proposal, which also costs $2 trillion. And it caps off an ambitious first 100 days for our new president. Denver 7's Joe St. George is taking a closer look at what Biden has and has not accomplished.
There are 1,461 days in a presidential term, but 100 days is a time to reflect. Since President Biden took office, he's passed a $1.9 trillion stimulus bill, is credited with 200 million administered COVID-19 vaccine doses, ordered troops to withdraw from Afghanistan by September the 11th, committed the United States to cutting our emissions in half by 2030, and signed executive orders restricting homemade ghost guns and stabilizing braces. But he also oversaw a record number of migrants at the border, did not create a pathway to citizenship for DACA recipients, and he did not create a police reform commission, nor did he take any action on marijuana decriminalization. Not to mention, he increased the national debt. But what about this promise?
Unity. My whole soul was in it. On this January day, my whole soul was in this, bringing America together.
To find out, we headed to parts of the U.S. Biden didn't win. After all, polls show nearly universal support for the president by Democrats. Out here, we reconnected with Scott Will.
We're in Ligonier, Pennsylvania.
Who we first met last fall. All his life, he voted for Democrats, except last election. 100 days in, we asked him if he feels the country is more united.
I don't want to give him a D, but C-.
Will says he's liked certain things about the president, like vaccine rates, but he's been frustrated with the lack of bipartisanship. Will cashed his stimulus check, but is upset Biden couldn't get a single Republican to vote for it.
This is what Biden promised, that we were going to try to heal the country and come together. Well, to do that, you have to come together on common ground. On day one, he signs an executive order taking that pipeline away. My brother works for Local 66, and he's out of work.
From Pennsylvania, we head to Paisley, Florida to find Jamel Flemings, another longtime Democrat who voted Republican in 2020.
I'm about 2.5 to about 3 months behind.
We met him first when he was out of work prior to the stimulus package passing.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Jamel now proudly has a job.
And I feel like I'm a productive member of society again.
That stimulus check, he says, helped keep his debt manageable. And while he hasn't liked everything the president's done, he has liked this.
I mean, I can definitely say that the temperature is lowered down a bit. That people aren't so volatile about their political views.
Both men say they aren't committing now to vote for President Biden if he runs again. 100 days in, though, they're anxious to see what's next.
I would like to see him speak more.
I wish that this country could come back together.
I'm Joe St. George reporting.
This morning, federal agents executed search warrants at the New York apartment and office of Rudy Giuliani. The New York Times reports that investigators seized Giuliani's electronic devices. Giuliani, a close ally of former President Trump, has been under investigation for his relationship with Ukraine. He denies any wrongdoing, but investigators say he may have been lobbying for Ukrainian interests without telling anyone, which is a violation of U.S. law.
We are learning more tonight about Denver police officer Jacob Marsh's vehicular assault arrest. Police believe Marsh was going the wrong way on Quebec Street, 75 miles per hour, seconds before hitting another driver head on. This happened 2 weeks ago, about 3 o'clock in the morning. A second driver broke his leg and needed surgery. Vehicular assault is a felony in Colorado. Could mean jail time.
Clearing skies as we head through the rest of tonight. Our overnight lows will be in the 30s here for the Front Range, but it looks like much better weather headed our direction. I'll have your complete forecast coming up.
Plus, a simple plea from a Commerce City neighborhood: stop the pollution.
I mean, every time we smell this pollutants, we're dying a little bit.
And rapidly rising gas prices could be a wet blanket on your summer road trip plans.